Okay, welcome back everybody. This is going to be a very specific video with a low interest rate, but for those of you that have Zeiss Dialyt, how do you even pronounce it, field scopes instead of spotting scopes, this may be something that you will be interested in. So a quick recap, this is some glass that I had purchased not terribly long ago, but it's something that Zeiss has offered for, I think they told me 40 years. They've made this a long time. And it's this rubberized kind of pirate telescope looking thing that you can use as a spotting scope, and you can use it as, you know, field glass, like if you're hunting or doing whatever, and the whole thing's rubberized, and it's got these extra rubber, you know, caps over the objective and the eyepiece, and it's got a big old sling, so you can do all that. Well, one of the things that I like to do with this is I set it up on a tripod. And a number of years ago, we started using our tripods, slowly migrating to ARCA rails. And so I have, let me go ahead and show this here. Currently on, let me take the strap off. Currently on this Zeiss piece of glass, I have, it's a SIRUI. It is the piece of ARCA rail that bolts to the bottom of this, and it goes into this tripod. This is a Siri or Siri, whatever tripod. So, well, the thing is, it's just not really that. Show with the light here. It's just not really that secure. Like, it's thumb screwed on. I'll go ahead and take it off here. It's thumb screwed on, and it wobbles. And if you have any kind of wobble in your glass, it causes issues. And you can see it's got, I think that's 1/4 by 28, and then it's got like a safety catch or ledge in it, to hold stuff. And this is kind of the stuff that you would see on cameras, I think, from back in the day before ARCA and other options, kind of took over. So this is what I'd ordered this with this tripod that, spotting scopes. I even can do a rifle on this, even though it's not really a rifle. Well, I just was never happy with the interface. So setting up target cameras at the John1911 range, this has been on my long-term to-do list for a while, and setting up target cameras on the John1911 range, I needed some kind of solution. So since I was talking to Zeiss sent me to B&H in New York City, and I spoke to this guy in New York City who is a pretty senior guy over there, and he was on the phone with me for half an hour. So I'm sending him pictures of the scope, and just really got to give it to B&H as far as like handhold, trying to figure out the best way to interface to get this piece of glass mounted securely to our tripods. And again, we're not photographers, and that's B&H primarily. That's who they appeal to, but they have dealt with us shooters before, and so shout out to B&H. They have no idea I'm making this video. So what we ended up landing on, the royal we, them, they found is this, what's called 802227 camera plate LEICA R 40mm. I'll hold this up for those of you that could be interested in it. So that is the product, and I haven't tried it yet. So hopefully this works, or the video will never get published. So, and I've obviously had this for a while. It is a piece of, it's a plate to match the tripods, and you'll see how it is ARCA. It's an ARCA system. It has obviously a screwed head, and then this is a stop, just to, like a second point of contact, to make everything a little bit more stable. And then underneath, you see it goes on, with a little hex head. So I think this looks like a pretty good system. So we're gonna see how this fits on the Zeiss and mount it onto, onto the tripod. They have had this product for so long that the little hex key that came with it is a little, it's got a little corrosion, probably been in a warehouse for 25 years. Make sure this fits. That seems to fit on there. Now, one of the issues, those of you that have the scope, is, you know, there's a little sling loop, so you can keep your, you know, your sling and your covers attached when you're, you know, in the field and you don't drop it and do whatever. The previous example that I had never really cleared it that well. I'm hoping that this example actually will do a much better job of clearing it. So let's go ahead, set that into the stop, and down. Man, that landed perfectly. Look at that. Perfect fit. Of course, now it is in the wrong direction, but I don't think that's really going to be a problem. We can obviously rotate the head on this. So let's see how this goes. Is that going to clear? Oh, that's perfect. That mounts perfectly. Let's back it up a little bit. There we go. So now I can even use, you know, use the ball joint on it. This was never really available to me with the previous system because everything moved too much. And so one of the, you know, from using it, you just didn't want to touch the glass because everything would just shake and you'd lose your target. So fantastic. So let me go ahead and disconnect it. See if it'll slide off without the stop. Okay. Set that to the side. This is how you set up a Zeiss Dialyt 18-45 field glass onto an ARCA rail. If you want to see any more stories or pictures and links and stuff like this, please go to the website at John1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and finding your target down at 600 yards. Everybody, have a good day. Bonus content for you Zeiss guys. In talking to Zeiss, in wherever they're at, this eyepiece, this rubberized eyepiece that's on the Dialyt scope, I used to roll it because you know, like if I wanted to put a clamp on, you know, camera or something like that, this rubberized eyepiece, or if you're wearing glasses, you know, if you're someone that needs to wear corrective lenses, it could roll it. Well, Zeiss informed me, I didn't realize this, that unscrews off. Who knew? Guess I should have read the instructions.